welcome to my channel. I am a budget mama based in the UK and my little family of 3 is working to a cash budget to help us keep control of our finances. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual because I have yet again failed to record my video before I needed to start spending money. So the unstuffing and stuffing is going to be me holding the camera with one hand and kind of trying to do it one-handed because I literally did it in like 10 minutes before needing to go to town with my daughter and spend money and I'm not sure what I need to do to kind of kick myself up the butt and get myself to do it when I need to do it. I think I tend to wait until my childless days to do my videos rather than doing it of an evening. Partly because like my husband's home of an evening and it's kind of weird recording something when somebody can hear you. Do you know? I know a lot of you have your own channels as well, so maybe you understand what I'm saying. And we don't have a spare room that I can kind of lock myself in that's soundproofed so nobody can hear. I literally have to do these in my dining room. And yeah, I don't like doing them of an evening because, like I say, it's just weird that he can hear. So yeah, so the next section's gonna be a little bit different. I'm sorry if it gives you motion sickness because I don't have the steadiest of hands. So yeah, let's get unstuffed and then I'll be back with this setup to do my savings challenges. Hello, so I'm in a bit of a rush today. I need to get out of the house. My daughter is next to me eating breakfast, so if you hear lots of chewing and general messiness, then that's her. But I really need to get out and do stuff today. So I can't even set up I'm feeling a bit down at the moment. I'm not feeling on top of stuff and the place is horrendous and I don't even have the space to set up my usual setup. So yeah, so I just need to unstuff and then restuff. So
my butt is so stinky.
Your butt is so stinky. It is very stinky. Oh dear. Yeah, it is one of those days. This is going to be an absolute nightmare one-handed. I need a cup or something. So, yeah, I'm literally just holding the sign with one hand and trying desperately to unstuff everything with the other. Nothing in fuel, a little bit in self-care. Yeah, it's just... So part of the feeling down is we discussed the other day about selling the boat, and it kind of feels like the end of a dream. Does that make sense? Like, and so we've discussed selling it because like at the moment we just can't afford it. We can't afford to do the work on it, and if it just sits then it's going to get worse and we're going to need to spend more money to do more work on it. And also in June we've got to move it, so once we move it we're going to be spending at least 1,500 quid a year just to have the boat in a marina, because we've not found any cheaper moorings anywhere near us. And, you know, thinking about it logically, thinking about it with as little emotion as possible, yes, logically it makes sense to get rid of it. And my husband said, you know, we will get another boat down the line. Oh goodness, so much change in fun. I think I'm going to have to take that change out. So he said if we get rid of this one, we can... then whatever money we've got in savings that would have been spent on the boat... Oh, I'm just taking all those pounds out. Oh, God. Can't be doing with all that change. Yeah, whatever money we've got in savings that would have been spent on the boat, we can put to one side, and what we are putting into a sinking fund for the boat that can get added nothing coming out there, that can get added every week, and then we can...
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the nice people on the internet. We can't see them, but they can hear me. Hi, Cheeky. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Oh, goodness. What was I saying? Yeah, so whatever we would have in savings and whatever would go into our boat fund every week, we can, which is somewhere, we can put that into the savings account and then, you know, get a better boat down the line. And yes, I understand that, yeah, that could happen, but the likelihood is that life will get in the way. And I worry that it'll never happen, and I worry that it's going to be that big regret on my deathbeds, thinking, you know, why didn't I do that? So yeah, it's a bit hard to feel motivated at the moment because, you know, I'm doing all of this. My husband's been for interviews for jobs. I've been trying to get work doing the Shopify stuff. He's been trying to get extra work just to get more income. And it feels like we're working quite hard and we're not actually in a better situation. And even with the saving and the budgeting and it just feels like we're not improving our financial position, if that makes sense. So the 5-week month, I have spent some of that because I've changed my reset day. So my reset day used to used to be a Friday, but then it was like the middle of the week when I'd actually get round to recording my videos, and it was ridiculous because I'd basically I don't know what my daughter's talking about. It was basically like oh, there was a pound in there. Oh, good for you. Darling, shush, shush, shush. Thank you. So yeah, so I basically spent money on the petrol and on food, so there wasn't an awful lot left to stuff by the time I came to record the video. Darling. Shh. Thank you. So I've changed my reset day to a Tuesday, so I did spend some of the 5-week month. I'm not 100% certain how much I've spent. I've not been through and checked, but it basically was like half a week's worth to get us to the Tuesday. So yeah, so that's everything out. So we just need to pay in. Let's see what money we've got. So it looks like there's loads, but this is... So obviously it's all in tens. I've got the 220 that would normally go into our weekly spend and our sinking funds. And then we've got 80 that is going into my daughter's child benefit, and we've also got 20 extra because we sold something on Facebook Marketplace. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. As always, my husband has already taken the fuel money out because I never record my videos on the day that I say I'm going to. So that's already gone, which is not the end of the world. So we've got 260 going in today, 80 of which is my daughter's child benefit. So let's pop that to one side. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. This is so hard to do one-handed. I should have just set up my normal setup, and I didn't because I think part of the reason I'm a little bit down as well is, and it's not a new realisation, it's guess it's an everybody realization. But my dream is not the most important thing anymore. Like, that's why we've discussed letting the boat go, because it's not about me, it's about our daughter and what's best for her. Go in. And we'd always talked about going, like, what did I put? Did I put 10 or 20 into gifts? I think I put 20. Pretty sure it's 20. Yeah, we'd always talked about, you know, travelling for a while on the boat, not just like pootling around the coast. We talked about going across the Atlantic and going to the Azores and the Caribbean, and realistically, I mean, my daughter's about to get her nursery funding, so she would start school in 2024. No, we still owe. Sure, we'd maxed out the clothes, but we have not. Yeah, so she'd be in school in 2024, and realistically, is going off on a boat for months on end the best thing for her? Probably not. Which is, obviously it's the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to do what's best for her. But it does feel like the death of a dream, to be honest. We're not paying into the garden fund. We need to put 10 into the 5-week fund. Shouldn't have to touch this for a while. And then the boat fund is around somewhere. But yeah. I mean, on the plus side, if we went... Oh god, that's getting away from me. Got it. Yeah, on the plus side, if we weren't paying into the boat fund, we would have more spare cash for other things. Holidays, experiences for my daughter. Yeah. Right, her child benefit I'm just going to throw into one of these because, quite frankly, I don't really separate it anyway. It just kind of gets spent on whatever is needed. I don't even know why I'm closing them. I'll do those after. Right, and then weekly, we've got... Food is getting 50, 20, 30, 40, 50. So all I can really do is apologise for the state of this video. I missed my video last week. You know the annoying thing? I recorded it. I recorded the video. And then I was late editing, and then we were talking about all of this, and I got a little bit down, and I just lost my and it just get in. Are you open? There we go. No. There it goes. Yeah, I just lost my and yeah. Oh goodness. So that is, basically the point of doing this now is that we've got money to spend in town today, which I need to. We've got 20 left over, plus my cup of change, so they can go into, oh god, there we go, they can go into savings accounts. I'll do my proper setup and record like an intro and put in the cash in there, and I'll probably sound miserable on that as well. Oh god. Anyway, apologies for the state of the video. I'll be back in a minute with my normal setup, I think. Okie doke, so we're back with the regular setup. I've got my cup of change. We've got £20 left over because we had 20 extra from selling something on Facebook, and throwing stuff at myself. Throwing stuff at myself. Oh God, right. And then there was £1 that came out of my daughter's kind of child benefit stuff. So that's going to go in her jar. There's not an awful lot in there. We spent a lot on Christmas and birthday, and we've been a little bit kind of we not careful with her child benefit. I think she's growing so fast, and she's plowing through clothes. She's plowing through clothes and shoes. She's now outgrown another size, so I need to find like a bundle. I've managed to get a few bits from charity shops, but the bundles on Facebook Marketplace usually end up being better value. But obviously you can't choose what you get, but I don't care. I mean, most like little girl stuff is cute, and as long as it's not all fluorescent pink, I'm fine with it. So I need to look for a bundle of 3 to 4 clothes for her because, yeah, like I say, she's outgrowing her current size. And we have taken to having mummy daughter days, so one day a week we walk around to our Morrisons, we have lunch in the cafe, and that generally comes out of like her child benefit. It probably shouldn't, it probably should come out of mine, but I like the idea that my daughter is treating me to lunch. But yeah, it means that we're not managing to put much into her jar. I mean, there's small change and a few pound coins, which, yeah, maybe I should start being a little bit better with her money. Anyway, that's a thought for another day. So that's going in my note challenge, and then we've got some change. So the pound coins go into my pound coin challenge, and they get gobbled up by Toothless. And then the small change just goes into my that's a grubby one, but money's money. And then my small change gets put into my big jar change, and we will count that up in, I don't know, a couple of months' time or something. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, £13 in pound coins, those things. So I've got my big old coffee jar that I put all my small change into. Yeah, I mean, there's probably a few quid there because there are quite a few 50p's. And it'll just be a nice surprise. I'm not keeping dropping stuff. Oh, so dropsy today. I'm not keeping track. I think it'd just be, you know, a nice surprise in a couple of months' time, finding out we've got, say, 30 quid in there, and either it can go into my challenges or it could be a meal out or something. Oh my goodness. Slight little segue. So my childcare day used to be a Wednesday. This is childcare with my parents. And now we've moved it to a Friday, just with her going to nursery in April, and she's going to nursery Monday, Tuesday. So I didn't really want to be like without a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and every other week it would be overnight to Thursday. I feel like that would be really hard. It would be like a big transition. So she's doing nursery Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm going to have her Wednesday, Thursday, and then my parents are going to have her on Friday, and every other week they'll have her overnight until Saturday, which means, and this is the first night that they're having her, this is the first Friday that they're having her overnight to Saturday. Tonight, we, husband and I, can have a date night where we can actually go out and get drunk and have a meal out and get like a bus to town and just like actually, because previously they had her overnight on a Wednesday and he was in work the next day, and it wasn't much of like, I don't know, a date night, even if we did go out somewhere for a meal or something. And our favourite place to eat out isn't open on a Wednesday anyway, so it's going to be nice. So I've got a whole list of stuff that I want to do, including some DIY, because apparently lists make me more productive on my days off, child-free days, whatever. So yeah, so I've got a whole list of stuff to do, and then I'm going to tart myself up, make myself look pretty, and we're going to go and have 2-for-1 cocktails and get absolutely trashed. Probably off about 2 cocktails because it's been so long since we've been out. So 13. I do. There they are. Ugh. Husband and child move stuff and then they're not where they should be. It's all very bad. So 13. So we've got no pound coin, like we've got no £1 coin circles left to fill, so I'm just going to half fill some £2. So I'll be back with you in a minute. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 going into toothless. So that's looking pretty healthy. And even though I've not really been able to put a lot of a lot of notes into my note challenge, the coins I'm going to convert into notes and then they're going to go in. So it's really exciting that I'm going to have 100 quid to put into my note challenge very soon. So, toothless all fed. He's not feeling terribly full. I think that's because I'm sticking with the pounds. When I was putting like all the change in, he'd fill up really quickly. So I think it was a good idea to separate them. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 28, 30, 31 left to fill that. So we've got 69 quid in there. Yay! That's, I mean, it's coming along well. It's not super excellent, but it's coming along well. So, and then we've got 2 tens to put into the notes challenge, which, I mean, it's not a huge amount, but it's not nothing. And I think I need to be kinder to myself, and yeah, I think I need to be kinder to myself and just, I don't know, just to, I don't know, appreciate myself more. Does that sound weird? Like, obviously, you know, it would be nice if other people appreciated me too, but I think I need to appreciate what I'm doing, and that I am kind of making a difference and having an impact, because yeah, like I said, in the unstuffing and the stuffing, I felt a little bit down because we've not ended up in a better financial, this isn't where I thought we would be at this point in the year, and I'm feeling a bit foolish for giving up the supermarket job, because that was bringing in consistent income, and I don't like the waiting for work, you know. So something you guys could help me with possibly, if any of you have like a small business or a specific skill like the Shopify thing that I do, how do you advertise yourself? Because so I ask because yes, I'm getting work from my friend's business, but I don't feel terribly comfortable kind of sitting and waiting for work to come to me. I'd rather kind of be more proactive and be looking for work. So how do I've never done this before. I've always worked for a company, so I don't know, how do I get from having a skill that people might want to use to finding people that want to pay me to use my skill? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, how, if you have a small business or a specific set of skills, how have you advertised yourself? Do you do it through social media or Facebook, or do you do it through, I mean, I've seen the likes of Fiverr and People Per Hour, I think was the other one, but I don't know anybody that uses those sites, so I don't know whether I would just kind of get taken advantage of and offered the least amount of money for the particular set of skills that I have. And I don't want to kind of undervalue myself, if that makes sense. Oh, God. So anyway, any help would be appreciated, because I would desperately like to get us in a better financial situation, because I am currently feeling like I'm a bit silly for giving up the part-time work. I know it was definitely the best thing to do for myself and my daughter, because I'm not as short-tempered as I was when I was working evenings and weekends. It's definitely helped with my stress levels. Obviously, there's still that kind of financial stress, but I definitely feel happier now, even with that financial stress, than I did when I was working evenings and weekends at the supermarket. But I think if we could get our financial situation improved, I think that would make me a lot happier overall. Obviously, I mean, everybody, if they've got more money, is probably going to be happier. Um, but yeah. Um, but on the plus side, we have heard from the friends with the Shopify business. Um, the lady that I designed the website for is very happy, and payment for that's coming through in February. And then the work that my husband did, our friend is chasing up with the company that he did that work for. And they are going to have a look at it, and it's looking hopeful that they will go with it, which will bring in a good chunk of money. So, fingers crossed. Anyway, I am going to stop rambling because I've just been chatting my head off. So, we've got sinking funds paid into, weekly spending money sorted, already spent some of that. The savings challenges are paid into, and that is everything. So, I will catch up with you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around, watching my videos, interacting with them however you do. I honestly need to get better at responding to messages, not messages, comments. I do read every single one of them, and half the time I start responding and then I get distracted by a toddler, and then I just forget. So I'm trying to get better at that, but I really do appreciate every single one of you. This is doing the videos, it does help me kind of keep on track, and I need to get better at doing the videos on time, because I think that would help our budget and kind of hold me a little bit more accountable than, oh, I've already spent that, so it doesn't matter kind of thing. Um, but I am feeling pretty good that I had 20 quid extra and it actually went into the budget instead of getting blown on something. But anyway, I'm going to see you in the next one, guys. Take care and happy budgeting.